Hello everyone, welcome to our market update. Today we're gonna have a quick recap of the news that we have seen so far today in the European session as we're going into US Open soonish. So we have seen that the market focus switched to risk again, especially on the after the remarks from Chinese minister saying that the September meeting with the US is not off the table and that they won't actually respond, they won't retaliate now on the new US tariffs that President Trump announced last week. So all these have been taken as positive from the market. That's why we have seen stock markets rallying higher. As you can see on the S&P 500 chart over here, it spiked higher on the European Open above 2900s and is moving northward since then. So the risk back on trade sparked by the Chinese affirming September trade talks are not off the table, and that they want to prevent escalation of the trade war. All this positive and optimist remarks from the Ministry of Commerce in China were taken as a positive development in the trade front from markets. So that's why we have seen safe havens changing a bit. So if we switch to the dollar yen over here, it seems that yen went from the outperformer in the Asia session to the underperformer in the European session, spiking higher up to 106.35, and that's because the risk mode improved. So the safe havens, the same as gold, Swiss and yen, have been reversed on these positive remarks and these positive comments from Chinese minister. That's why we have seen gold spiking lower, actually rejecting the 1551 high that we have seen earlier today and returning back below 1540 area and actually around 1536 area. That was on the news, of course, on the positive comments, as I already mentioned. So the next support for gold stands at 1530, while resistance remain at this latest up practice, consecutive up practice 1544, or the median one at 1540, which is also the 20 period moving average. Let me go back to the yen. Is holding support around 106.20 area. So actually if that holds, we might expect another jump higher if this rally sustains, of course. If it flips back to the downside again, then the next support level to be watched is the 20 period moving average, the 106.03 area, and more precisely the around 106 level. So that was on the yen front. However, in general, the biggest mover so far today was Aussie yen, was the biggest mover, of course, with a 0.3% gain into the New York Interbank Open. So let's move on and let's have a look on the pound. Let me quickly, the pound front. So yep, here we have cable. So the Brexit mess is all over the place once again. After the suspension of 5 weeks suspension from the Queen actually approved, now we have 3 possible scenarios, as you can see also in our website, where we have in detail the next steps for Brexit. We have 3 possible scenarios. The one is that the parliament will push, which is the most likely scenario, will push for a vote confidence against the government. So in the case that the interim government fails, then we might see new elections just a few days before the Brexit deadline. So this is the most likely scenario. The other two scenarios are first a revocation of Article 50 if, of course, Parliament managed to push a legislation that will request from the Prime Minister to revoke the Article 50, and the third is an extension of the Article 50 if, of course, European Union accepts something like that, which is it doesn't seem so achievable. So it's like the less likely thing to happen. So the no deal Brexit scenario is getting higher and higher in our expectations. And then on all this mess that we have seen from Brexit, of course we have seen some resignations beginning. So the Tory whip Lord Young, along with the Scottish Conservative leader Davidson, have announced their resignations today. So cable is seen bouncing a bit, actually drifting down to 2185 area, and trying to actually find some foot over here, but it's still weak, currently trading around 122.08, but bullish momentum looks very, very weak. So the cable is expected to remain under a lot of pressure, and sterling in general, against all the major currencies. Other than that, we have seen Aussie reversing into the leader of the day. It was in the beginning of the day was actually the biggest loser, along with the New Zealand dollar, due to the announcement of due to some poor economic data in the Asia session. However, now on the risk appetite, it has been switched higher. Spike up to 0.6750 area, and the next resistance for Aussie is over here at the 200 period moving average at 0.6758, or even higher, the latest fractal at 0.6760. So Aussie and Kiwi have actually reversed some losses, some early in the morning losses on the poor economic data. And this is, of course, as I mentioned, on the risk turn around. The same happened with Loonie as well. Before I close the session, I would like to show you silver, because silver is, in contrast with gold, is the one that actually remains is still driven by the safe haven flows, and is keeping a strong bullish momentum, as you can see over here. This is the daily chart. So we have seen rejecting the resistance of at 1752 on Monday. That happened, so it opened higher this week, and is moving for a fifth consecutive day into a positive rally. Let's see the intraday picture though. Let's move on to the 4-hour chart, and I want the 1-hour chart as well. Here we are. We have a bounce, and right now it's holding, and a bounce up to 1865. As I mentioned, rally due to the safe haven flow, so it was benefit earlier today. Now we have a swing lower, but still holds an important support above this 20 period moving average and the 1843 area. In general, if I zoom out a bit and go to the weekly chart, you can see that silver is on bid since this bottom on 1435 back in May. So it's in a continuous strong rally with this huge weekly candle breaking the upper Bollinger Band. So We might face some correction due to the sharp rally. However, the silver remains on beat, and as you can see with MACD, RSI, and with any other momentum indicators that you want to use, you can see that the bullish momentum is very, very strong. So the upside movement expected to continue for some time. So looking ahead, the risk mood remains and should remain in your watch list. Actually, is a key factor on the trading that we have seen so far today and in general the whole week. So keep an eye on the trade front, on the Brexit front, and of course on the revision of the GDP for the second quarter from US later on today. Thank you for watching and hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye bye. Hope you're having a great trading day ahead. Bye bye.